leaves the auditorium, you are requested to rise and remain standing until the procession and guests of honor have left the auditorium. A kind yet important request. Please only applaud after the student's name has been read out, and only applaud until the student has been capped, in order to give other graduates the opportunity to have an audible readout of their names. Please also note that no whistles are allowed for applause, only clapping of hands and ululating. You are cordially invited to enjoy refreshments in the foyer after the ceremony. A final request. If you have a cell phone in your possession, please switch it off or put it on silent. Ladies and gentlemen, the procession will now enter the auditorium. You are requested to rise and remain standing until the members of the procession have taken their seats.
Vivat Academia, vivat professores, vivat Academia, vivat professores, vivat membrum qualibet, vivat membrum qualibet, semper sinte in flore, semper sinte in flore.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Goeienaand, dames en heren. Sanibonani? Tobe? It's a very special privilege. It's a great honor for us to welcome you to this very special moment, special graduation ceremony. And so we trust that you will enjoy the ceremony as much as we look forward to enjoying it. I hope you'll also enjoy just one more rendition from the UJ Choir this evening, who we are extremely proud of as well. And so, by virtue of the powers vested in me, I now constitute this meeting as a lawful congregation of the University of Johannesburg. Kragtens die bevoegdhede aan my toevertrou, verklaar ek nou hierdie vergadering 'n wettige kongregasie van die Universiteit van Johannesburg. You may take your seats. Thank you.
Ikhona indawo eyethu sonke isegazini likaJesu, umkhululi wethu, umsindisi wethu, siyanqoba, sinqoba ngayo. Ikhona indawo eyethu sonke isegazini likaJesu, umkhululi wethu, umsindisi wethu, siyanqoba, sinqoba ngayo. Ikhona indawo eyethu sonke isegazini likaJesu, umkhululi wethu, umsindisi wethu, siyanqoba, sinqoba ngayo, siyanqoba, sinqoba ngayo, siyanqoba, sinqoba ngayo, umkhululi wethu, umsindisi wethu, siyanqoba, sinqoba ngayo, siyanqoba, sinqoba ngayo, siyanqoba, sinqoba ngayo, umkhululi wethu, umsindisi wethu, siyanqoba, sinqoba ngayo. Ikhona indawo eyethu sonke isegazini likaJesu, umkhululi wethu, umsindisi wethu, siyanqoba, sinqoba ngaye.
Sanibonani. Good evening, Chancellor, Council Member Professor Muhammad Al-Haji, Registrar Professor Kinta Berger, Executive Dean Professor Amanda Dempsey of the Faculty of Economic and Financial Sciences, members of Senate and other academics, graduates, and their guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Council and the Executive Management and staff of UJ, it gives me great pleasure to welcome our University of Johannesburg graduates and their guests to this graduation ceremony. Welkom bij UJ waar alles wat ons doen beïnvloed wordt door ons streven naar uitnemendheid. 2015 was a watershed year for higher education, as is 2016 proving to be. Student activism has prompted universities and the state to re-examine matters as wide-ranging as the affordability of higher education, the Africanization and transformation of universities, and the fairness of the wage paid to outsourced cleaning and protection services staff. These are all critical matters and are receiving the full and comprehensive attention of the state and of our universities. It is troubling that peaceful protests have given way to the disruption of the academic program, destruction of property, and a threat to the safety of students, staff, and visitors. These criminal acts must be roundly condemned, and the perpetrators must face the full might of university rules, as well as the laws of the land. I am gratified to inform you that despite concerted efforts to disrupt our 2015 year-end examinations here at UJ, these examinations proceeded without interruption, as did supplementary examinations in December 2015. We are extremely proud of our academics, professional and support staff, and students who, amidst the turmoil, demonstrated extraordinary professionalism, dedication, and resolve, as a result of which we achieved in 2015 a new high in our undergraduate module completion rate of 85.4%. This represents an improvement of close to 1% on the already excellent performance of 2014. As a consequence of these remarkable efforts, our graduates can walk the stage this evening. We have an enormous amount to celebrate at UJ. Our achievements since the inception of UJ in 2005 in teaching and research, in our relationships with prestigious universities globally, and in our world-class programs and facilities are considerable, and we have reached heights of excellence far earlier than anticipated. Our ambition, grounded in carefully wrought strategies, is to achieve global greatness for an inclusive and sustainable future. Our singularity of purpose will ensure that we succeed. And greatness does not imply that UJ should be the preserve of the privileged only, but should be enjoyed by all deserving citizens. We continue to welcome students from all classes and backgrounds to uplift those who have struggled and to make a major contribution to creating a more just, equitable, and fair South Africa. Commitment to making excellent educational resources available to a diverse body of students is a proud cornerstone of the strategy of the University of Johannesburg. Consider the fact that annually, UJ enrolls into its first-year undergraduate programs close to 28% of students who come from quintile 1 and 2 schools that serve the poorest in our nation. Consider also that approximately 60% of our graduates are first-generation university graduates. At UJ, everything we do is infused with excellence. This is the legacy that we are building of and for this institution. An exemplary contribution to research, to teaching and learning, and ultimately to the transformation of society by the upliftment of striving individuals. Through sheer effort and commitment from academic and support staff and from our students, we make dreams come true. There is considerable pressure to increase enrollments. By the end of 2015, 118,000 students applied for the 10,500 first-year undergraduate places. This implies more than 10 applicants were received for each first-year place. The university recognizes that many potential and current students cannot afford university fees, and we will thus continue with the support that we provide for our students through inter alia, the top up to the National Student Financial Aid Scheme, also commonly known as NSFAS, to the value of 20 million rands, through financial support to students in the so-called missing middle. These are students who do not qualify for NSFAS, but whose family income is simply insufficient to finance their studies through loans and through its support of 2 meals a day to 3,500 financially needy students. Additionally, last year we raised from the public and private sectors 37 million rands towards the support of our so-called missing middle students. This year, by means of the additional UJ top-up fund of 20 million, we are able to support all 10,013 NSFAS qualifying students. Further, with an additional 20 million rands made available from our operating budget, we are able to pay the registration fees of 5,000 students from the so-called missing middle. The university is also presently engaged in an external funding drive to help fund the tuition shortfall of students of this so-called missing middle, and thus far we have already raised 31 million rands. These efforts demonstrate that at UJ Cares, we hope that our graduates and their families and sponsors will join us in this fundraising drive. We are pursuing with vigor every conceivable avenue to assist our students with the financial means to excel at university. Your choice of UJ was a wise one, because at UJ our research endeavors are infused with excellence. And in numerous ways, the university is excelling well beyond expectations. Last year, the authoritative QS World University Rankings of universities in the BRICS countries, that is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, again ranked UJ among the top 100 universities, placing us 67th among these economic blocks, 6,200 universities, and 5th in South Africa. Our staff and students now collaborate with many of the top 100 universities in the world because the universities is the only African member of the prestigious Universitas 21 group of research-intensive universities. Remarkably, the 2015 QS subject ranking placed 16 of UJ's subject offerings in the top 300 subjects globally. The Thomson Reuters ranking of universities that ranks universities according to inter alia, their global research profile, their ability to recruit high-quality staff and students, and their ability to establish valuable international partnerships, has placed UJ in the 6th position of universities on the African continent. Furthermore, as affirmation of UJ's now strong research tradition, the National Research Foundation awarded in 2015 5 new South Africa research chairs to UJ, the maximum that could be awarded, and these new research chairs are all held by UJ's stellar women academics. At UJ, our teaching, philosophy, and practice is infused with excellence. Of our approximately 50,000 students, come from all corners of South Africa. Importantly, We also have close to 3,000 international students from more than 80 countries, and we aim to increase our number of international students to 5,000 by 2020. A further 9,500 students enroll in our impressive menu of continuing professional development and non-subsidized programs. Our overall annual graduate output is now in excess of 12,300 graduates per year, and 93% of our students obtain employment within 12 months of graduation, signaling the significant value of our qualifications to South African and international employers. All of these achievements are the result of the considerable effort and innovation from our executive deans, vice deans, heads of schools and departments, academics, tutors, undergraduate and postgraduate academic support staff, and of course, our diligent and committed students. At UJ, the student experience is infused with a level of excellence few institutions can match. This is evident in the overall UJ student experience through arts and culture offerings and in the sporting arena where UJ continues to excel. Our work is far from finished as we strive towards the attainment of our 2025 strategic plan. An important area of focus in 2016 and beyond will be to elevate the transformation agenda of UJ to the next level. Building on our many accomplishments in this regard, we will develop and implement plans to address critical themes within the Africanization, decolonization of the university and of knowledge. AUJ, yonke into esiyenzayo iphuphuma ngezinga eliphezulu. Allow me now to extend my special congratulations to all our graduates, and I think you can give them a round of applause. As new graduates, you are now part of an elite graduate population in South Africa, and you have obtained your qualifications in a higher education environment that mirrors the democratic ideals of South Africa. At UJ, you have been groomed for leadership. Leadership carries with it responsibilities, and as future leaders and proud carriers of the UJ standard, I urge you to keep your eyes on the poor, the marginalized, and the disadvantaged. As you scale the heights of your selected careers, remember that not everyone in our society is as privileged as you are. You should feel compelled to do what you can, whenever you can, to make positive contributions to society as responsible corporate citizens and future leaders. For as Nelson Mandela put it, open quote, what counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life that we led. Close quote. Take a leaf out of the book of your own university. Saving your society and achieving global excellence is within your reach. While this is your achievement, you should always remember the sacrifices others have made to ensure that you are here today. For each one of you, this would not have been possible without the support and encouragement of your loved ones and sponsors, many of whom sit proudly in our audience today, and I think we should give them a round of applause. Your graduation is one of your finest achievements yet. You have made dramatic strides as independent-minded, spirited, responsible, and career-focused adults. We thank our UJ staff who guided you on this journey in these defining years of your lives. Now celebrate and cherish this day. It is your day, so always remember it, because at UJ, you have been equipped for excellence in your chosen field. Finally, we welcome you as new members of the global UJ alumni community. As UJ alumni, you join a worldwide body of professionals who have gone before you, many of whom are leaders in their fields and who retain an extremely close and valuable relationship with their alma mater. I do encourage you to join the UJ Alumni Network and to make use of the benefits that the network offers. As importantly, join the alumni affinity groups and become an active member of the university convocation. For it is through your active participation that the UJ alumni community and UJ is enriched and nurtured. By staying actively engaged with your alma mater, you can make a real contribution, financially and otherwise, to our academic project and to those who will be coming after you. At UJ, everything we do is infused with excellence. I thank you. Ngiyalibuwa, ngiyabonga, bayadanki. Chancellor, I now request the Executive Dean to introduce the Faculty of Economic and Financial Sciences, and immediately thereafter to introduce to you the candidates who have complied with all the requirements for their respective qualifications.
Chancellor, I now have the honor of introducing the Faculty of Economic and Financial Sciences. Good evening. Before I introduce the faculty, I need to tell you that this procession that you see today on the stage is the biggest procession UJ ever had till now. We've got 86 staff members on the stage. And in this faculty, we don't just like to break a record, we break it well. The previous highest number was 54. So this is really a sight that's not often seen at UJ. I'd also like to welcome 3 visitors tonight here. The first one is Professor Elaine Kabundi, who's a visiting professor with us. He used to be a staff member. He's in a research position at the Reserve Bank. We've also got Professor Derek Blau, that was a colleague of us, who's now a professor in Northwest University. We've also got Professor Fourie, who's a professor from NMMU. Now, one of his previous students, Christo Ackerman, will receive his PhD tonight, and so will Professor Blau's wife, Anna Pretorius, will receive a DCOM. So tonight we've got 5 PhDs and DCOMs. It's the highest number ever for the faculty. Our highest one before was only two candidates. Now, of the 5, unfortunately, only 1 is still a staff member with us. 1 is the wife of a previous staff member, and the other 3 are former staff members. Some are now one is in the Netherlands, 1 in Cape Town, and the other one is in the Faculty of Education. The person that's not here tonight is Mr. Arnold Wenzel. He is in busy with a sabbatical at a Spanish university in Colombia in South America, apparently lecturing in Spanish. So unfortunately you couldn't come, but at least we've got the other 4 PhD and DCOM members here. Now, the Faculty of Economic and Financial Sciences offers a unique blend of vocational and academic programs in the fields of finance, accounting, and economics, which seek to address specific national needs in terms of skills development and transformation, while simultaneously pursuing global excellence. Profession-oriented education is an important feature of the faculty's mainstream program offerings. And although it's particularly discernible in the field of accountancy, It's also evident in the broader area of finance and even emerging in certain areas of economics. The faculty's Department of Accountancy has afforded UJ the reputation of being the largest residential provider of chartered accountants in South Africa. UJ has a track record of achieving excellent results in the ITC of the South African Institute of Chartered Accountants. And only last Friday, the 2016 results were released. And tonight we've got about 50 of the 280 of those candidates. The other 230 will be awarded their degree tomorrow evening. And I'm so proud to announce that, yes, this year we've got the #1 candidate. Unfortunately, he's not here tonight. He'll be here tomorrow, and we'll give him a big hand clap tomorrow. But that's Mr. Mayet. And we're very proud that we maintain our fantastic results. This year again, we produced 25% of the candidate African chartered accountants in the countries. And this is phenomenal if you just think that there's 13 accredited universities with SAICA, and one university managed to produce 25% of the African black. So I think that is well done to the accounting department. We also receive excellent results in the professional examination of CIMA. UJ is one of a few universities in South Africa that enjoys accreditation with CIMA, thereby granting students a significant opportunity to advance their CIMA membership. Critical niche areas in economics, such as local economic development, competition regulation, and industrial policy, are gaining recognition through important relations with external bodies such as the International Economic Development Council, IEDC, Competition Commission, and the UN Institute for Economic Development and Planning in Africa, IDEP. These relations contribute to UJ's global standing. The faculty's diploma programs are also gaining in stature through innovative developments and growing ties with the Association of Accounting Technicians South Africa, AATSA, PASTEL, and others. UJ's contribution to transformation was acknowledged in a World Bank report on the observation of standards and codes in accounting and auditing in South Africa. Recognition was given to UJ's role in the upliftment of historically disadvantaged universities. And in SAICA's Tutukas program, aimed at increasing the number of black CAs in the country. UJ is committed to transformation is affirmed by the fact that it produces the highest number of successful black candidate chartered accountants amongst residential universities, which is this year again 25%. The faculty is indeed making its mark in the financial realm through active scholarship, world-class education, and growing international affiliations. It aims to become the African hub for critical thought and advancement in the practice of finance, accounting, and economics, and in so doing, contribute to advancing the university in terms of global excellence and stature. I thank you. Kia leboga, ngiyabonga, baie dankie. Chancellor, I now introduce to you the candidates who complied with all requirements for respective qualifications in order for you to confer or award such qualifications.
And so by virtue of the powers vested in me, I will now confer and award the respective qualifications on the candidates who are introduced to me by the Executive Dean, and to the candidates who are absent but have complied with all of the requirements for these qualifications. Ngenxa yegunya enginikwe lona, nginikeza iziqu kubafundi abethulwe kimi, abaphathi bemikhakha, khanya abafundi abangekho kodwa abaye bahlangabezana nazo zonke izimfuneko zeziqu.
Chancellor, I'm honoured to request you to confer the degree Baccalaureus Commercie Cum Honoribus Accounting on the following candidates. Bulelwa Kona. Caroline Kotu. There's a camera. Lesedi Grace Mahepa. Nombulelu Piri. Senasu Vuzani. Chancellor, I'm honoured to request you to confer the degree Baccalaureus Commercie Cum Honoribus Chartered Accountancy on the following candidates. Marta Petkova Atanasova. Rivka Lia Atia. Alfred Bamuza. Dale Clive Basil. Katlehu Bieta. Gareth Christopher Bell. Dominique Julio Groves Bernardino. Mohammed Fayyad Bamji. Nisha Bana. Claire Genevieve Bond. Jan Jonathan Boysen. Millen Lee Bossinger. Brandon Daniel Botha. Abongile Mbeku Buvungana. Michelle Bradford. Amy Hannah Rotkin. Kanyesile Brightness Clearly. Simpiwe Daniel Clearly. Jasvier Chowan. Washington Chikwaza. Tinashi Evans Chikore. Joseph Chikosi. Livingston Chimbu. Wilhelmina Marula Chueni. Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Melissa Haley Constable. Georgina May Crisp. Zinab Daya. Dilanu David Pontes de Abreu. Dunilda Maria de Freitas. Marissa de Waal. Johannes Martinez de Wet. Maximilian Dedekant. Shraddha Desai. Tebogo Jessica Diale. Michael George Drigianakis. Jean-Pierre Duplessis. Anissa Ibrahim. Muhammad Ibrahim. Madlizel Erasmus. Taryn Trudy Fembers. Glenn Errol Forsman. Yaku William Fouchier. Ryan Vroeneman. Shannon Tiu Lee Fung. Bianca Zoe Giorgio. Kayla Claudia Geyer. Geraldo Riley Govender. The rest of this group will be awarded their honours degree tomorrow night. Chancellor, I'm honoured to request you to confer the degree Baccalaureus Commerci Cum Honoribus Econometrics on the following candidates. Ntombi Elizabeth Mbeli. Ntubeku Alvin Simbungu Kushle Mtetwa. Everton Tendai Mubarekwa. Chipisu Nkosi. Tebogo Tukani. Lauren Bengbona Tiruyakhosi. Chancellor, I'm honoured to request you to confer the degree Baccalaureus Commerci Cum Honoribus Economics on the following candidates. Chad Antonio Ackerman. Sorry, it's Ackerman. Ackerman. Gershwin Bradley Benjamin. Angelique Butler. Kelsey Corlett, cum laude. Margarida Leandra Andrade da Silva. Magdalena Makhansi Shlahani. Luyanda Simpiwe Shluteiwa. Esther Shirley Lolu. Katlego Mokadimusu Maboku. Boipelo Niki Makgetla. Leta Matsi Mapunyani. Vivian Nomakeswa Njayelwa. Tandekile Ndebele. Sabelu Mnisi. Khadi William Mukonu. Batlile Murazwi. Lesegu Evelyn Marope. John Jeffrey Morrison. Dumisana Mochana. Elton Batanai Mpinyuri. Patuchetsu Kennedy Muleya. Monica Mona Lisa Musa. Tafatswa Mutyambizi. Promise Muchareswa Nduku. Bikentemba Mashluli Ngulube. Nomusa Yolanda Nkomu. Pumelele Penelope Nkosi. Onke Nozibele. Hendrik Westhuizen. Boitumelu Mosiami Vinolia Patlani. Zinshle Sindisiwe Khadebe. Shafir Shaukat Ali Rawat. Michelle Singh. Nsibakazake Mlondolozi Zomtiele. Cleide Louisa Tinga. Denayu Rebafilwe Waitsi Tiru. Gordon Wilmans. Lisu Sape. Chancellor, I'm honored to request you to confer the degree Baccalaureus Commerci Communoribus General Economics on the following candidates. Monica Motlung. Chancellor, I'm honored to request you to confer the degree Baccalaureus Commerci Communoribus Internal Auditing on the following candidates. Firdaus Abdullah. Kay Tumetsi Lydia Butsile. Lebogang Shlapaloza. Salma Mutesi Kamya. Clau Ivy Huadi. Boitumelu Mabatle. Marshall Mulungoni. Jones Zisipu Ndude. Usisiwe Nene. Nutandu Medal Nkumundi. Gracia Mulamba Ntumba. Siatemba Khadebe. Faith Selaule. Mpumelelu Fortune Sitole. Chancellor, I'm honoured to request you to confer the degree Baccalaureus Commerci Cum Honoribus, Monetary and Financial Economics, on the following candidates. Michael Shipanda Banda. Joel Rapulana Ditwe Muketsi. Chancellor, I'm honoured to request you to confer the degree Baccalaureus Commerci Cum Honoribus, Accounting in Taxation, on the following candidates. Amira Baba. Miriam Kachalia. Tian Anton Grimbeek. Luandu Innocent Palipa. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Tubile Kumalu. Bontle Lebaking. Tonya Sheila Malachi. Banterile Elizabeth Mathieu. Andile Vuyukazi Mpalipi. Sadia Mula. Sebusisu Spesishle Nsimangu. Ulisani Happiness Mutsanani. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Shanice Nomakwawe Ngwane. Tembekile Nkanda. Maria Mosibudi Nklema. Bongiwe Nyati. Tabu Tamai. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Lucas Augustinus van Zyl. Chancellor, I'm honored to request you to confer the degree Baccalaureus Commercie Cum Honoribus, Trade and Development on the following candidates. Puleng Muapi. Chancellor, I'm honored to request you to confer the degree Magister Commercie on the following candidates. Claire Francis Barnes in South African and International Taxation with a dissertation entitled Interpretation of the Term Employer in a Double Taxation Agreement, a South African Perspective, prepared under the supervision of Ms. Stella Ribeiro. Can we please have silence? Peter Walter Bauer in Finance with a dissertation entitled Price-Setting Behavior in the Market for Fine Art, prepared under the supervision of Professor Gideon Els. Mashudu Lucas Bicha in Development Economics with a dissertation entitled The Effectiveness of Public Health Spending in South Africa, prepared under the supervision of Dr. Talita Dalton Greiling. Paulo Perez de Almeida in Financial Management with a dissertation entitled An Unbiased Estimation of the Forward-Looking Equity Risk Premium in the South African Financial Market, prepared under the supervision of Mr. Neil Oberholzer. Yolandi de Wet in International Accounting with a dissertation entitled The Decision Usefulness of Insurance Accounting Information, prepared under the supervision of Professor Ahmed Muhammad Ali Haji. Brian Lebuchan Jantjies in International Accounting with a dissertation entitled Public Sector Accounting for Public-Private Partnerships, prepared under the supervision of Mrs. Mariska McKenzie. Nsakeseni Letitia Lebesi in Economic Development and Policy Issues with a dissertation entitled Rethinking the Current Inflation Target Range in South Africa, prepared under the supervision of Professor Lumenga Bonga Bonga. Willem Jacobus Malherbe in South African and International Taxation with a dissertation entitled Environmental Taxes, Transition to a Green Economy, prepared under the supervision of Mrs. Marihaan Wasserman. Rachidau Ntendeni Mpawanya in Development Economics, with a dissertation entitled An Assessment of Cartel Likelihood, Duration, and Difference in South Africa, prepared under the supervision of Mr. Talent Swani. Tino Diwanashi, Adrian Mazamkunduku in Financial Management, with a dissertation entitled The Relationship Between Firm Size and Performance, prepared under the supervision of Professor Nico Smith. Lungile Notisa Muriel Mshlaba in Development, Economic and Policy Issues, with a dissertation entitled Key Considerations for the National Health Insurance Policy in South Africa, Lessons from International Experience, prepared under the supervision of Professor Ben Marks. Dion Westhuizen in Computer Auditing with a dissertation entitled Information Technology Audit Approach for the Assessment of Software Patch Management, prepared under the supervision of Professor Ben Marks. Peter Apostle Papadogiannis in Financial Management with a dissertation entitled Real Options and Land Development in South Africa, prepared under the supervision of Mr. Neil Wibberholzer. Bongani Hartson Stuurman Sikuzana in Computer Auditing with a dissertation entitled The Impact of Cloud Computing Security on Business Operations, prepared under the supervision of Mrs. Vanessa van Dijk. Cheryl Singh in International Accounting with a dissertation entitled Assessing the Concerns of the Telecommunication Industry Regarding Revenue Recognition, prepared under the supervision of Professor Dani Kutsia. Panzi Rumbudzai Sitole in Financial Economics, with a dissertation entitled An Application of Vine Copulus in the Portfolio Optimization Problem, prepared under supervision of Professor John Mutemba Mwamba. Jacob Johannes Smit in South African and International Taxation, with a dissertation entitled The Taxability of Refurbishment and Tenant Installation Reimbursements, prepared under the supervision of Mrs. Stella Ribeiro. Colette Irene Strydom in South African and International Tax, with a dissertation entitled The Cross-Border Tax Consequences of Using Computer Services, prepared under the supervision of Mrs. Stella Ribeiro. Chancellor, I'm honored to request you to confer the Dr. Kumarshi on the following candidate. I have the honor of presenting Anna Maria Pretorius, who has complied with all the requirements for the degree of Dr. Kumarshi in Economics, with a thesis entitled An Empirical Analysis of South Africa's Financial Market Integration with the World, prepared under the supervision of Professor Elaine Kabundi. I now request the supervisor to read out an abstract of the study.
Chancellor, Ms. Pretorius' research focused on South African integration with the world. The empirical study included the stock, the bond, and the currency market. The result indicates that the valuation in the global stock market is much more synchronized than in the other two markets. Rolling regressions confirm that the level of integration in all three markets varies and exhibits an increasing trend over time. Variation in the stock and bond markets are better explained by the common factors from emerging markets. In the currency market, however, the common factors from the developed markets explain a large share of variation in the South African market. The study contributes to our understanding of dynamic of globalizations on the South African financial market, particularly during period of market turmoil. The originality of the study lies in its focus on the time-varying nature of the integration, as well as the linking of the common factors driving the global financial market to specific macroeconomic variables. The findings of the thesis have already been presented at 2 local and 2 international conferences and submitted for publication in an international peer-reviewed journal.
Chancellor, I now request you to confer the degree Dr. Kumarshi in Economics on Anmar Pretorius.
By virtue of the powers vested in me, I now confer the degree Dr. Kumarshi in Economics on Anna Maria Pretorius.
Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting Christo Ackerman, who is compliant with all the requirements for the degree of Philosophia Doctor in Auditing, with a thesis entitled The Functioning of Internal Audit in Category A Municipalities in South Africa, prepared under the supervision of Professor Ben Marks. I now request the supervisor to read out an abstract of the study.
In this study, the candidate focused on the functioning of internal audit in metropolitan, that's category A municipalities in South Africa, from 3 perspectives: audit committees, chief audit executives, and annual report data. The study found that internal audit functions are crucial informants to audit committees in the areas of internal control, risk management, governance, and compliance. Internal audit is expected to be ethical and competent in its core technical areas and to provide internal audit reports which are informative and persuasive. However, the overall competency of internal audit is regarded as problematic by the audit committee members. This study also found that internal audit's true functioning is not adequately reflected in annual reports. Thus, implementation of internal audit disclosure policies would contribute to transparency and accountability and hence increased public confidence. This benchmark thesis of the candidate makes an original and valuable contribution to the existing body of knowledge on the functioning of internal audit in general and for metropolitan municipalities in particular. Important recommendations are made for audit committees and internal audit functions relating to internal control, risk management, annual reporting, governance, and compliance.
Chancellor, I now request you to confer the degree Philosophia Doctor in Auditing on Christo Ackerman.
By virtue of the powers vested in me, I now confer the degree Philosophiae Doctor in Auditing on Christo Ackerman.
Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting Raphael Ndem Nkomo, who has complied with all requirements for the degree of Philosophia Doctor in Econometrics, with a thesis entitled Online Computational Algorithms for Portfolio Selection Problems, prepared under the supervision of Professor Elaine Kabundi. I now request the supervisor to read out an abstract of the study.
Chancellor, Mr. Nkomo's PhD thesis contributes to the problem of equity portfolio management using computational statistics, machine learning, and machine learning methodologies. His aim focused on generating automated financial reasoning with a strong basis in computational financial econometrics and machine learning. The major aim of his thesis was to develop novel portfolio allocation techniques for learning investment decision-making that easily adapt to change in market processes together with speed and accuracy. The novel algorithm developed by Mr. Nkomo included Kalman filtering on online learning algorithm for portfolio selection, sequential portfolio selection algorithm via delay coordinate embedding, sequential portfolio selection algorithm via multivariate single spectrum, low regret stock selection on online learning algorithm for portfolio selection. This theoretically sound and well-grounded algorithm for online portfolio selection problems have significant merit. Not only are they novel and very elegant in their mathematical formulation, they have demonstrated good finite sample properties with performance that generally exceed not only that of the market and the best stock, but also that of any other known and published algorithm in the literature.
Chancellor, I now request you to confer the degree Philosophia Doctor in Econometrics on Raphael Nkomo.
By virtue of the powers vested in me, I now confer the degree Philosophiae Doctor in Econometrics on Rafael Ndem Nkomo.
Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting Roshan Vandiar, who's compliant with the requirements for the degree of Philosophia Doctor in Auditing, with a thesis entitled A Critical Analysis of the Capacity of South Africa Non-Executive Directors, a Model for Best Practice in South Africa, prepared under the supervision of Professor Grietjie Verhoef and the co-supervision of Professor Leslie Steinbank. I now request the supervisor to read out an abstract of the study.
This PhD offers the first theoretical model on the profile of an ideal non-executive director suited to assess the traits of prospective candidates for such positions. The model is based on international and national literature on best practice governance and directorships. He surveyed the non-executive directors of the top 40 listed companies on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange to construct their profiles as well as to document their perceptions on the most critical traits of a non-executive director in South Africa. The empirical results formed the basis on which he constructed a final model integrating the perceptions of responding directors and the international literature. The model contributes to an enhanced understanding of best practice directorships in South Africa and facilitates the identification of potential non-executive directors, areas of capacity building, and skills development of the current cohort of non-executive directors in South Africa. Recommendations provided by this study could be useful to modify current corporate governance codes relating to non-executive directors.
Chancellor, I now request you to confer the degree Philosophia Doctor in Auditing on Ross Vandiar.
By virtue of the powers vested in me, I now confer the degree Philosophiae Doctor in Auditing on Roshan Vandiar.
Chancellor.
Once more, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Goeienaand, dames en heren. Sanibona. Tobel, just checking. I could hear there was a good buzz, but the response is not great, right? Shall we try again? Sanibona. Tobel. Goeienaand, dames en heren. English can wait, right? So it's a very special privilege for me to offer very brief closing remarks as we close this very special ceremony. And so I begin by expressing warm words of congratulations to each one of our graduates. Allow me in particular then also to single out the graduates with the senior degrees, the master's and the doctoral degrees, and also to single out the supervisors and co-supervisors. Yours is a truly outstanding and a landmark achievement. That is for each one of you personally, for your family and friends, for the community that raised you, indeed for all of us here at UJ, in South Africa and beyond. Today, each one of you brings great honor and great prestige to your parents and wider family, partners and spouses, to your forebears and to your community, to your university and to your nation. And so it is appropriate that we honor you in this very special manner rather than in a stadium, but that we set aside time in this manner to celebrate and to recognize you. And so we're all extremely proud of your landmark achievement. Today, as we celebrate with you, you remind us that achievement, victory, and celebration are the results of considerable effort, of struggle, and of endurance, something which our nation and our world should draw great inspiration from. Indeed, each one of our graduates will have been through some of the toughest times. Each one of you will have faced obstacles that seemed insurmountable. What's the message? Each one of you will have faced obstacles that seemed insurmountable. Indeed, each one of you will have experienced emotions that could have crushed you. You will have experienced anxiety, anguish, often even despair. There were times last year in October and November when anguish and despair almost overcame us. But you demonstrated, each one of you demonstrated resilience and resolve. And it is because of that resilience and resolve that we were able to work with you, that we were inspired to do that which was necessary to create the conditions for you, those of you who wrote exams, to complete your exams. And so you've overcome. You have demonstrated resolve. You have invested great effort. And so today we celebrate your mountaintop moment. And so having reached the summit of your mountain, one only realizes, as Nelson Mandela reminds us, that ahead now lies even more valleys and mountains that you must face up to. But we're confident that you can face up to those valleys and mountains because you have not succumbed to this one. Indeed, you have overcome. And so we encourage you to draw great strength and inspiration from these accomplishments as you face up to these valleys and mountains that lie ahead. And we encourage you to remember your graduation day when you do face up to those mountains, when you do hit a new low, when you do face obstacles that seems insurmountable, when you do experience emotions that can crush you. Remember your graduation day. And so our hope is that the time and the energy that you, your families, the university and the state have invested in your education will now see you continue to grow professionally, intellectually, and as committed and respected citizens of your nation and of the wider global community. And that you would strive to do so with integrity, with good intentions, with honor, with humility, and for you to share such values with those that you will interact with. We also hope, indeed we are confident, that your forward journey shall be punctuated with periods of self-reflection, of self-criticism, of honesty, of innovation at the same time, agility and dynamism, of the setting and the attaining of very high standards, and the belief that despite everything to the contrary, a better future awaits you, a better future awaits us, no matter how long it takes. Allow me also to join Professor Marwala in extending warm words of congratulations to your loved ones, parents, families, spouses, partners, and friends, for your support, for your motivation, for encouragement, and for your love during their studies, without which they would not be here where they are today. So please accept our warm and sincere appreciation as well. Thank you. This is also an opportunity that we shall not forego to celebrate our academics. And so we extend our gratitude to our academics, great teachers and fine scholars who have been an integral part of your journeys that have brought you to this point of celebration. And so let me therefore extend on our behalf our sincere and deep appreciation to our Executive Dean, Professor Amanda Dempsey, to her Vice Dean, Professor Chetty, and a team of wonderful heads of departments and academics, many who are on the stage this evening. Thank you very much. Please know that we do not take you for granted, nor lightly. And so, with these qualifications behind you now, you face an extraordinarily challenging world and future, as we were again reminded this morning in Brussels. And of course, as we know, continues in Syria, right across to Iran and Iraq, but also right here on our continent. And that is just one dimension of the extraordinary challenges that you face up to. Challenges which are the making of my generation and those before me. And so you have to face up to your new mountain, whether it is in your profession or whether it's in your world, our world. And we encourage you to create a new 21st century, one that turns on its head Gandhi's assessment of the 20th century. Instead, to go on and nurture a world of commerce with morality, of politics with principles, of wealth with work, knowledge with character, of earth use with reverence, and those of you who are religious, of religion with sacrifice, and ultimately of pleasure with conscience. I thank you. Ngiyabonga. Bye, dankie. Thank you very much. And so that brings us to the end of the ceremony. And as we close the ceremony, you're requested to stand for the singing of the national anthem. The words can be found at the back of the program. As we sing the anthem, I'm reminded, please check the credentials of those who offer you jobs. So, we're coming to the close then, definitely now, and we wish you pleasant celebrations, and we wish you a great future ahead. And so by virtue of the powers vested in me, I now dissolve this congregation of the University of Johannesburg. Thank you very much.
Thank you.